Hey guys, this is Shane and welcome to my Curator of the Lost channel. Today, I'm going to talk about what's like sometimes literally the dirty side of finding books and going to sales and thrift stores. And I know that everybody here has had these experiences, and I'd love to hear your stories of what's like the nastiest, dirtiest estate sale or thrift store or something you've been in. But I stopped by a estate sale down in South Huntsville, Northern Alabama, this weekend. And I'm going to cut away to a couple of images, but it was so weird. I pulled up and it had this walkway. The house was weird. It's kind of on a slope, and you'll see this in a second. But it had this wooden staircase going into like the third floor, and it was marked off, and it looked very, very sketchy. And you entered into the garage, and everything was in the basement, and they had the rest of the house blocked off. And I found some books right off, some pretty good ones. And then as I'm getting down into the basement, I'm like, it really smells down here. It was like not even a musky basement smell. It was like a mix between like a humid, nasty bathroom, basement, and maybe even a little bit of cat pee. So anyway, I bought two books, but I'm gonna tell you why I left them. Okay, I'm gonna cut away and show you the kind of the setup of the house and some of how things were, and it was just nasty. So anyway, here I'm gonna cut away, and then I'll come back and we'll talk about this dirty secret of book stuff. And it's not all glamour, right? So hold on, here comes the cutaways. So here's the house. See this walkway? They had it blocked off. And it goes like into the third floor. They were totally scared it was going to break. And then you go in, and there were steps into the basement, and they had books lined up along the wall, bookshelves at the bottom. And you can see they had the steps going to the rest of the house blocked off. So you went in the garage and then went down into the basement. And the rooms in the basement, they were just atrocious. And this is where it really kind of started smelling like cat pee, and it was just awful. So that's it. Pretty bad. All right. So like I said, that was just the weirdest house. Can you imagine going in and then everything else? I mean, and that wooden walkway, it was so sketch. And the people said they roped it off that way and everything was in the basement because they were afraid it would fall if a bunch of people got on it. But the estate sale people were kind of complaining. I think this was not a good sale for them. They were kind of just helping people out and not really making money. This estate sale company too, their books are always $2. Hardbacks $2, paperbacks, soft covers are $1. And they don't reduce prices on anything that is $2 or less as the sale goes on. So I don't know if this was the second or third day when I was by there, but when I found several good books, and I ended up buying two, but I found several good books. But when I was in the basement, the smell hit me, and I'm like trying to smell the books. I'm like, these things have to smell, but everything was so smelly I couldn't tell. So I'm like, I just can't risk it. But I did get two, and as they got a little bit of odor. I'm gonna wipe them down real good, clean them real good, and see if they may not be able to be sold. It's not bad, but it still has that reminiscent. But this one book I got was on American firecrackers. It was like fireworks, cherry bombs in the 80s. And one thing I liked it was that it was signed, "Best Wishes, Kaboom," by the author. So that was cool. And it's got some great graphics in it. And so I thought, okay, I'm gonna take it since it's signed. I see this selling. This is $25 to $30 on eBay. I don't know about signed ones, but that was the reason I did this one. The other one was on another fireworks book. This edition here, there's later editions of this, but this is the Art, Science, and Technology of Fireworks. And this one I see listed. There was one sold on eBay for like 50, maybe 75. There's one or two sold. I see this one. It's in generally listed on eBay for like close to $100, but I do have a sold comp of 50 on eBay. And, it gives all kinds of items like fireworks patterns and, it's the technology of fireworks. It's pretty cool. Again, Not bad, but definitely has a little bit of that basement smell to it. But anyway, so that's what I bought. There were probably like 4 or 5 others that were good books that I just didn't want to risk the smell. I think it was the good call, right? In general, use your nose, right? But this got me thinking about this whole concept of, sometimes when, especially for new resellers, you see videos, here's what I found, and it's like, oh wow, I found all these books, these are great. The reality is that books can be work. They are work. They're heavy. They take up storage space. Now, you can make good profit on them. That's why I do it. I like it. I enjoy books. That's what I know. And you can make good profit on it. But it's not always easy. And, sometimes these places you go to, thrift stores, estate sales, I mean, there's just no other way to say it. They're just nasty. Sometimes they're just nasty. And I've told the story before. My wife she can't stand it. I made the mistake one time taking her to, we call it the nasty thrift store, and she goes in and she's like, this is the last stop to the city dump. Take your time. I'm gonna be in the truck looking for hand sanitizer. So she just doesn't enjoy it, and it's that side of it. A lot of places, though, these houses, when you go into them in estate sales, especially, sometimes, there's one that the people told me, if I like books, there's supposed to be one in the next couple of weeks, but they said it's been closed up since December. And if that hasn't had AC on, then the whole house just becomes this musky kind of environment, right? So it's tough on printed materials, on paper materials, but just sometimes they're just nasty. Houses are nasty, thrift stores are nasty, and it's kind of the non-glamorous side of it, right? And there's funny stories, there's things that happen, that you're just like, I can't even believe this place was like this. But it is the non-glamorous part of it. It is work sometimes, and in this case, it was just over the top on a lot of things. But I'm glad I didn't go deeper on the other things and put the rest of them back. I just couldn't risk it, and it was a good move. So anyway, I look forward to your stories. What you found that's nasty. What your most nasty experience in a thrift store or estate sale. So anyway, see cool, buy cool, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.